Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode of this Piscean Reports. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are having a fabulous day. Hold on a sec. Yep, for those of you new to my channel, welcome aboard. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Oh my goodness, we are in Pisces season. Yay! So happy pre-birthday to the Pisceans that are out there. If your birthday is today, happy birthday. And to Aquarius season, those who are Aquarius, if you just happen to be on my channel, happy belated birthday. I hope it was everything you guys wanted it to be and more. Okay, but if your birthday's today, happy birthday, my darling, happy birthday. All right, so I'm very excited about today's message. And this message is not going to be for everyone. This is only for those who are spiritually inclined. So I've had some very interesting things that happened, and I just want to share that with you guys because some of you may have heard me say out loud to Spirit that I don't want to keep telling you guys about things, that all the amazing ways that Spirit has showed up for me and my guides and my angels have showed up for me in the past. I said I want to give them something current, something recent, so you guys know, it's like you don't want to rest on your laurels, and as much as I would love to be that person that just shows up every day and with a message, I can't do that. If I feel it, if something comes, then I will absolutely share it. But I'm not that one, who's going to just show up day after day after day after day. I can't keep spouting, the same thing. I see people do that. I can't do that. I don't know how people do it, but whatever. It's whatever. We're not gonna go there. Okay, so like I said, this is for those who are spiritually inclined. I have some very interesting things that I want to talk to you guys about. I did a reading yesterday, and it's a career reading. The first card that I got was classes, and it says learning and teaching are part of your higher calling, right? Here we go. So, and trust and believe, today class is definitely in session. This is the only reason why I'm doing a video, because class is going to be in session. So, pay attention. The second card, stay true to yourself. Don't compromise or water down your ideas. Listen to, trust, and follow your inner voice. This is also guidance for you guys as well. Okay? Don't, hold on, I'm trying to keep the ring light off of it. This falls under the category of protect your seed, protect your vision, protect your idea. Okay, there'll be people who'll try to talk you down and try to talk you out of whatever you're doing. But I'm telling you, if you've got something in you, those of you who are spiritual and you've been feeling something and everything in you is saying, do this, but you have other people who are saying, don't do that, and that's silly and that's crazy and don't do that. Don't listen. Okay, trust what you're hearing, trust what you're seeing, and trust what you're feeling. Okay. And last card, share your art with the world. It's time to allow others to enjoy your creative work. And I want to share that with you guys as well. This is what I'm saying. Don't hold back. If you see something and everything in you is saying that is a great idea and I need to do that, trust it, believe it, and do it. Okay? Now, like I said, class is in session. If my guides and angels are telling me you've got something that you need to share and say and share it with the rest of the world, and there are people who will hear it, this message is for you guys. All right? Like I said, for a minute, I've been saying to Spirit, and some people may have heard me say it out loud, that I don't want to do the thing in the past. I want to do it now. So I want to share this with you guys. I have been telling, well, I usually do a card of the day for the day, you know, and I had a friend, more like frenemy, who was asking me because I did a video a long time ago and I told you guys that this person, the I have an upper hand on this person because they have no idea what they're seeing. They don't know. They don't understand any of it, right? So I had the upper hand. And I would do a card of the day. And I was trying to explain to him how every day I do a reading, a card of the day. It absolutely goes with the day. And I was giving him examples of like, I might see, the Eight of Wands. So I know it's going to be a busy day. It's going to be fast paced and just prepare yourself. And I'll go, okay. And a couple of days ago, I gave him some examples. And the other day, quite literally, I got the Knight of Wands. I mean, the Knight of Swords, not the Knight of Wands. I got the Knight of Swords. And every day I do a reading. He goes, did you do a card of the day? And what did it mean? Because he's trying to get knowledge. If I I'm going to ask her in a kind of a nonchalant kind of way, or he thought was a nonchalant kind of way, and she won't know, and I'll just, this is be my way of learning as I go, more or less, and I tell you guys, when I tell you, I only give what I want to give, the things that I know a person doesn't need to know. My spirit guides, my angels, they'll let me know. Don't share that. A lot of you guys have seen me give readings. I'll be sitting here doing a reading and I'll see one row and I go, I could share that. There's nothing in that would, I could share that. But there'll be other rows and I go, oh, no, don't share that. Don't say that. Don't tell that. Right. So again, I told him about just the other day, I had that the Knight of Swords. And so I told him, I said, I knew that going in, I was going to be very busy that day. That told him. He said, what does the Knight of Swords means? I said, the Knight of Swords indicates that there's about to be some fast moving energy. There's going to be some, and you're not going to have any control over it. You're just going to have to go with the flow, And I walked in that day and I found out in my job, I was going to be, we're usually paired up. And I found out I was going to be by myself and we had a big ass bin of clothes. And I said, okay, here's that Knight of Swords energy. This isn't something you can't control. This is how it just is what it is. Okay, everybody else is busy. There's not going to be anybody to help you. And my guides and my angels are literally telling me, just make it happen. Just make it happen. And I dove in and I went for it and I got it done. And I got damn near the whole thing done. Maybe at the end, the very, very end, somebody came over and took a few pieces out. But for the most part, I did the whole thing. So I'm explaining to him, this is what I mean. That literally, if I see a card of the day, it tells me what I can expect. I knew when he was going to come back into my life because we were together and then we separated and then but I saw the Two of Cups. So I knew somebody's going to try to come back and we're going to probably try to more or less pick up where we left off at, kind of, sort of, you know what I mean? And sure as shit. I'm sorry you guys for the language. I'm sorry. And sure as anything, it happened, right? So you get it now. You guys get it. This is what I'm saying. And so this person yesterday, this frenemy, was a little upset because he's asking me, because yesterday I got the High Priestess. And I thought that was unusual. Like, why would I get the High Priestess? I've never gotten that for a card of the day. So I was a little perplexed myself. Like, what are you guys trying to tell me? And I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just let the day go by. And as we are working, my darlings, as we're working, I look over and here's the very interesting thing. As I'm working, I'm thinking about all of the cards that I've seen, that someone from the past is going to come in and they're going to try to get with you. And, but their intentions are not pure, because every single time I would see a card that indicated an earth sign person, the Devil card was not far behind, never far behind. So I'm thinking, like most people who have been following my story assumes, it's the other person from my past, from my distant past. And as I'm working, I said, boy, I knew that wasn't going to happen. There's no way that person would never ever dare show their face, right? And as I'm working, I said to myself, as I look over at him, I said, but that one would. That one absolutely would try to come back, and that one absolutely would try to, get back with you, and that one absolutely doesn't have your purest, your purest. They don't have your best interests at heart. And as I looked, I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm thinking it was the other person, and I'm prepared. If that person comes, I don't want anything to do with them. I'm going to shoo them away. I'm going to, and it never occurred to me, it's not that one, it's that one. So here's that thing. This is what I tell you guys. They are there. My guides, my angels are there, and they are real. Okay. Here's the interesting thing. For weeks, all the time we're seeing each other and we're hanging out. I'm seeing 10-10, 10-10. Keep your thoughts focused on your spiritual beliefs. Keep your. I could read it to you. I could pull it up and read you the thing verbatim, but essentially it's telling you, keep your thoughts focused on, and your mind focused on your spirituality and your spiritual beliefs, and I'm saying to myself, why am I seeing this? I would see 10-10 in the morning, 10-10 at night. And I took so many pictures. Unfortunately for you, my darlings, it's in the other cameras, so I can't show you. And 11-11. 10-10, 11-11, consistently. So, and I'm saying so much so that I'm saying, why do you guys keep showing me 10-10? Why are you showing me 11-11 so much, And that's when it all came together. Okay? There's someone who is very much in that devil energy, someone who is trying, they don't have your purest intentions in mind. As a matter of fact, this person 9 times out of 10 is being paid to hang around you, to you know what I mean? Everything. They're revealing everything as I'm working. Everything is now falling into place. Everything is making sense. This one is not with you because they want to be with you. They're being paid to be with you. They're probably being told, don't take your, don't let this person alone for nothing. Like, stay around him as much as you can. Get as much information, because every time he would come over, he would always want to he would always want to buy lunch, and let me buy you lunch, and let me buy you, and let me buy you. And I'm thinking, okay, and at one point, even in my, because I am one of those people who try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Initially, I will give you the benefit of the doubt, but you can't unsee what you're seeing, correct? Right? And I'm being shown everything. My guides and my angels are telling me, don't trust that one. Don't trust that one. So whenever they would come over and I would do a reading, I would only show what I want you to see. You can see that. I'll give you that. But I will never give you what you're looking for and what I know other people are looking for, right? You see what I'm saying? And my guides and my angels are telling me the whole time, don't trust this person. You can't trust them any further than you can throw them. Don't trust them, and I, everything in her energy, right? So I'm feeling the energy and I'm feeling the vibe. And even though we're coming across, it's like you're at a certain point, I even was beginning to question whether or not I should continue, because, you're telling everybody the truth, and you're speaking the truth, and you're sharing all this energy, and you're sharing all these, you're giving this energy, and you're sharing this message, but it's not being received, to the point to where I even contemplated quitting. But every time and falling back into my old ways, which is people pleasing, trusting other, maybe listening to other people over myself, not, staying strong to what I knew to be true and what I believed and what I had seen. And I was starting to fall back. And every time my energy would start to question and go back, 10-10, 1010. I was like, that's why you guys are showing me 1010. And they're like, yes, yes, because every time you thought about maybe giving up, and maybe he's being sincere, and maybe, and I couldn't fool myself. No matter how much I wanted this person to be genuine and honest and real, I knew in my heart, and I do, but my guys are telling me, no. No, he's lying to you. This is why you keep seeing Earth sign and the Devil card. You see what I'm saying? This person does not believe that there is a there's a higher energy in this world. You know, he doesn't. So this is why the Devil card. And Earth sign person, the other one is an Earth sign person, but so is he. Taurus, Virgo. So, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you. You know what I mean? And this is what I mean, you guys. This is why I'm telling you. This is why I'm telling you. They are there. They are there. Okay, they will. But you have to be open to paying attention to the signs that they're giving you. Angel numbers, they're talking with you. You know, this person is trying to pull you away from what you're doing. They're trying to take you out of it. This is the plan. You know, pull her away. You know, do whatever you got to do to make her think you're sincere and that it's all about you and her and you want to be with her, and let her let go of what she's showing and teaching. You know what I mean? It's a plan. And I was like, oh my gosh. So yes, you guys, I need you to hear me when I tell you they are real. Angel numbers are real. They will talk to you, but you have to be open to hearing them, hearing their messages, picking up their what's the word I'm looking for? Picking up their clues and their cues and everything that they're showing you. You know, you see, I would see 808. Something's going to come to an end. You know, I knew days before I saw 808. I said, oh, wow, something's going to come to an end. You know, and then 909 would show up. Something's coming to an end, but it's only so that something better can come in. And when I tell you that my guides and my angels are never, ever gonna let anybody who does not have my highest interest in mind anywhere near me. They're not going to benefit off of my life. They're not going to benefit off of my world. They're not going to benefit off of, it's like I heard someone say, you know, if someone's not with you in the beginning, they have no right to sit at the table with you when you've made it through, when you've had breakthroughs, when you know what I'm saying? And I told you guys, you cannot get blessed if you guys are not equally yoked. And they let me know so many times, but I could not show that. I could not say that. I would just do the reading and I would see there's an earth sign person. Their devil energy is never, ever far behind. And you will see the 10 of swords. Someone is trying to betray you. Someone is using you. You will see the moon card, but you're going to find out pretty soon what this is all about. This is what I'm telling you guys. Our amazing earth is a school. It is a school for those of you, and this message is not for anybody religious because they're never going to get it, and that's fine. This is for those of you who are spiritual, who understand that the other side is, that they are always with you. They will always protect you. I have seen the card of protected so many times. You're protected. And I go, okay. And I know that. No one can come near me. No one can get me. No one. And if you are spiritual and you are seeing angel numbers and you're seeing things and you're feeling things, go with that. Listen to that. Trust that. If you're looking at somebody, because people will show you anything. They can put their whatever face they want in your face. But energy doesn't lie. Energy never lies. And I'm telling him, I have said to him, I said over so many times, I said, you know what? I said, I really do like you, but You don't. I said, you don't feel the same way about me. I feel it. I see it. I see it. You know what I mean? And I realize I almost feel like not necessarily a final exam, but at the same time, we just want to make sure you understand that we're connected. We want to make sure you are with us. You get this. You are not. You understand. We're never going to let you go. We're never going to let anybody take advantage of you. We're never going to let anybody use you. We're going to show you. We're going to show you through tarot. We're going to show you through angel numbers. We're going to come to you in your body. We're going to give you a vibe and an energy and a feeling that no matter what someone says to you, you will always listen to us. You will always trust us. Do you trust your guides and your angels more than you trust someone on the earth? And I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And that's what I want you guys to know. I want you to know this. You know, they said, you know, teach, tell them. This is a thing. Your guides and your angels are very real. Your spirit team is very real. If you are someone and you are having an awakening and you are seeing certain angel numbers, repetitive angel numbers, again and again and again, and I'm going, why am I seeing 1010? Why do I keep saying I would see it in the morning? I would see it at night, not intentionally. And that's the other thing. This is how you'll know. It's one, you can't look for the numbers because that's not them telling you a message. That's you looking for something. You have to just catch it on the humbug. If you just minding your business and you're going to do something and you finish up and you look over, oh my God, 1010, that's crazy. And then you're looking at something. I have literally have pictures where I would play a game and I ended up being on board 1010 and I said, no way. And I screenshotted it because one day I said, I'm going to show this. I envision myself trying to having a class and teaching people. This is what I'm talking about. It will come. They will come to you in every way they can. Wow, I'm on board 1010. Wow, I'm looking at a football game. And right as they go to commercial, the score is 1010. Or I'll be watching a game and I just happen to look over and it's 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. And you know what I mean? Constant. I was like, what is with you guys? And I finally had to grab my phone and refresh my memory on what 1010 is, which is keep your thoughts and focus on your spirituality. You've got people who are trying to pull you away from us. You've got people who are trying to, you know, they don't want you to stand in your power. They don't want you to tell everybody else that we are. You know, they want to try to stop it. They want to stop it. But as long as you listen to us, as long as you trust us, everything is going to be okay. 1010. Keep your thoughts focused and your mind focused on your spirituality and your spirit, your soul mission and your soul purpose. And then you see this classes, learning and teaching a part of a higher calling. You see what I mean? And to stay true to yourself. Don't compromise or water down your ideas. Listen to, trust, and follow your inner voice. That's what I got last night. When I talked to that guy, because we had a conversation. I asked my angels, I was debating, should I tell him? Because he asked me every day what cards I got. And I said, I got the High Priestess. And he said, well, what is I didn't expand on it. I said, I got the High Priestess, and we're walking. And then at one point he goes, so what does that mean? I said, I'm not sure if I should tell you. And then he goes, oh, well, if you feel like you can't trust me and you think I'm a part of them people and you think this, and everything in my soul is saying, I don't think I know, but I'm not saying that. And I'm asking my angels as he's going on about that, how I don't trust him. And I, you know, and how can we be and this, that, and the other thing if you don't want to listen to me, if you think I'm a part of them. And I'm literally watching him. This is somebody who always stays off his phone, always. And as we're leaving, and I noticed every time we're leaving, he's in his phone. And I see him, you know, doing something in his phone. And I'm like, you're never in your phone. And I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm checking for messages. No, you're not, because you don't get messages like that. Not that one. And I'm thinking that he's probably setting it up so that he can set some kind of recording so we can have a conversation and other people can hear what we're saying. And again, I knew it. Every time he sat me down to lunch, I said, I'm only going to share what I want you to hear. I'm going to share what I want you to hear and what I want someone else to hear. I'm never going to tell you what you want to hear and what you want to know, right? And we blew up. And I asked my angels, I said, okay, so should I say it? And they said, go ahead. You know, this is what the high priestess card was about all day. So I let them know. Everything I told you guys, you know. And of course, he tried to say, oh, well, you just think I'm a part of them. Like I'm going to, fold and go, oh, okay, you're not. And okay, and I'll follow along. And no. I said, this is it. Let it, this is my guides and my angels saying, what are you going to do? It's time to make a decision. We showed you everything. This is why we're showing you 1010. Someone is trying to pull you off your path and they are being paid to do so. 9 times out of 10, they're being paid to do so. So what are you going to do? You got a decision to make. And there's no way. This one, not even worth, is nowhere near worth giving up my path, my beliefs, my, everything. I would rather be alone the rest of my days and just preach to you guys and let you know that God is and your angels are and your spirit team is. They're there. They are guiding you every single day. Those of you who are spiritual, listen. Pay attention. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the feelings that you're getting. Pay attention, because we are not like others. Okay, we're not the ones who we're different. We're not satisfied with just reading about the Father. We want to know. In the same way Moses said, my soul won't rest until I know that he is. I don't want to hear stories. I mean, everybody was telling him that there's a higher purpose, a higher source, but he hasn't seen it. He hasn't experienced it. He grew up Egyptian his whole life. He worshiped idols. He grew up worshiping idols. And he was like, my soul and my spirit won't rest until I know that he is God. And then one day he saw the burning bush. It came time. Now your purpose is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, your purpose is about to begin. Come on over here to the burning bush. And he goes to the bush. And then he has the conversation. And then they tell him, this is what we want from you. You got to go back. And against all odds, he went through, he initially caused more strife for those who were Hebrew than helped. But ultimately, that was only because he had to have that showdown. It was time for the showdown. And then it came to that moment when he was able to do that and prove and show. And then, and it left no doubt, not only in his mind, but in the mind of others, particularly when he parted the sea. There's no doubting. We're not doubting anymore. When that mist came into the valley, we're not doubting anymore. The Father's here. It's going down. It's happening. When the water began to bleed and all those things started to happen, it was going down. This is it, you guys. Now you get to see that he is. And that is how those who are spiritual feel. We're not comfortable with just reading about the Father. We're not comfortable with just hearing about the Father. We want to know. We want to know unequivocally that he is. And because we are that way, they are willing to show us. All right. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Show me. And then here we go. Here comes that spiritual lesson. Class is in session. and I said, I need something more current. And here it came. Someone showed up from the past. someone who doesn't have your best interest at heart. Here's the lesson, here's the test, and the teacher's always the quietest when there's a test. But that doesn't mean that your guides and your angels can't, you know. We're going to see if she really believes us. We're going to see if she follows us. We're going to see if she hears the messages and sees the messages and listens and follow its guidance. And I did that. And you guys are going to do that. If you see angel numbers, pay attention. I go to Joanne's Sacred Scribes. Go there. See what the numbers mean that you're seeing. You know, test it. Wait. For those of you who do cards, you know, test it. Give me a card of the day. And then whatever card comes through, put it away, and then go throughout your day. And at the end of the day, see if whatever the card said came to pass. I do it all the time. Not because I'm, you know, some people try to say that you are, if you do that, what do they call it? Oracle abuse. And this is not that. If you just want a heads up, a couple of days ago, I got the 6 of Wands. And, you know, and that day, the day I got the 6 of Wands, I went in and I had a talk with some people about some situations that were unfair to other people on the job. And I shared my thoughts on it, my feelings. And when I came home, I was like, that's why you got the 6 of Wands. You're the hero. You're the one who's not afraid to stand up for those who don't have a voice or who don't know to speak up. You know, there are plenty of people who will put their head in the sand and pretend like it's not happening. I don't see it. Nothing's going to change. So why not? And I was like, no, because you speak up. Change doesn't happen until you speak up. Differences don't, you know, nothing's going to change if you keep your mouth shut. So speak up, say something. And then I come home and there was that I was like, the 6 of Wands, you know, very good. You know, you're willing to stand up. You're willing to be the hero. You're willing to be that one who's not afraid to speak up on behalf of others. That's not oracle abuse. I'm just curious. What kind of day am I going to have? What can I look forward to? And then it happens. And I go, oh, okay, that was pretty awesome. Wow. You know, on those days where I know it's going to be super busy, I would get the 8 of Wands or the 2 of Pentacles, juggling. You're going to be doing a lot of, you know, you got a lot of balls in here. You're going to be making things happen, you know, financially, you know, or at work, you know. Like I said, the Knight of Swords is going to be some change. You're going to be busy today and there's nothing you could do about it. All you could do is just go with the flow and there it is. So for those of you who do have tarot cards, you know, and use that. Those who are spiritual, we've got a lot of tools in our toolbox. You know, some people have text. We're different. You know, we have our intuition. We have our angel numbers. We have sometimes you'll see coins or feathers or synchronistic events, something that happens that you know changes things or you know what I mean. See, sometimes there'll be synchronistic events that happen, but that's how we roll. Okay, and listen, because nobody else understands that doesn't make it any less true. Doesn't make it any less, you know, doesn't mean that it isn't, because it is. It is. God is. For us, we need to know that He is. We need to know that our guides are. We need to know that our angels are. You know what I mean? And it's amazing. It's amazing, you guys. Don't let anybody talk talk you down. And I wrote down this. I said, for some of you guys, if you are on your spiritual path, you might be hearing people say that you're strange or you're weird or that you're crazy or you're lying. That's not happening. You're just making that up. What they won't tell you, because it's not happening to them. So what they're not telling you, in fact, what they need to be saying to you is, wow, you are so psychically in tuned. You are a nonconformist. That's not a bad thing. Being a nonconformist is not a bad thing. It just means that you roll different. You're not okay with the traditional. You're not okay with the tried and true. You're not okay with it's always been this way. You want to know, and you do know. What they don't tell you is, wow, you're really connected with all that is. You're on a whole nother level of awareness. You don't need a book to tell you. You just know. You get to experience them live. You get to experience God and your angels in real time. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Don't let anybody talk you out of that. Let them call you weird. Let them call you crazy. But between you and me, we know. Our guides, our angels, the Most High is letting us know. Our passed on loved ones, our ancestors are letting us know we got you. So for anyone, for those of you, if you are someone who, and I will say this video is for you as well, if you're someone who is saying to yourself, I don't think that God is, I don't believe, and you're struggling with life. Nothing's making sense. Why is this happening? I feel alone in the world. You're the one who needs to take on spirituality. Because you're just not okay with the status quo. You're not okay, with you're not okay with what was. You are here. You're that one who says, I want to see God. I want to know God. I want to know him. I need to know that he's here so that it keeps you level-headed. It keeps you focused. It keeps you, and then let them use you and let them guide you. It's a beautiful thing to let the other side use you, guide you, show you. What's my purpose? Have those conversations just like I did. I want to be able to tell everybody something new. And here it is. They said, here you go. And not only is it, here's this opportunity for you to show something new, to prove to the world something new, that proof that the Most High is, that your guides are, that your angels are, that we're here and we've been showing you things and you've been feeling things and seeing things. It's not only that, it's like, shoot, I lost my train of thought. It's like, it's just not, yeah, let them know that you possess. They don't never let you know that you possess a spiritual freedom. And that's a beautiful thing. Nothing is better than having spiritual freedom. You're not bound by rules. You're not bound by, rules. You can only do this and you can't do that. And then there's this and then there's that to a degree. I'm not saying that there aren't some, like I said, an example of maybe kind of sort of an unwritten rule, but a rule at the same as maybe when I tell you guys that you can't, if you are spiritual and you are being guided by the Most High and they're using you and they're showing you and they're pulling you away from people who don't have your best interests at heart, it's okay. That's that thing where they say you can't go backwards. You can't bring somebody along who doesn't have your best interests at heart. They'll never allow it. They'll never allow it. Never. And we'll stop right here. We'll stop right here. You've come this far, you've gone this long, and we will literally let you go. If you say to yourself, no, I think I'm more comfortable with the way I used to think and the way I used to be, and people pleasing and the whole nine, you absolutely can go back to that. Conformity, groupthink. You absolutely can go back to it, and they'll stop right there and say, okay, if that's what you want to do. But why would you? Why would you, when you've been shown so much, when they brought you so far? Why would you stop? and most of us who are spiritual, there's no way. You couldn't make us. You could not make us stop. We're going to go. We're going to see it all the way to the end. Just like that angel said that day on the beach. Down this path is prosperity and abundance and happiness. Peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness. Those were the words they gave. Why would you want to go back to conformity, to being used, to being abused, taken advantage of, following rules? That's not you. It's not you. You're the nonconformist, right? You're the one who possesses spiritual freedom, the ability to move throughout the world and connect with the energies that are out there. Why would you go back? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Those people envy you. If people are trying to pull you away from what you're doing or what you're knowing or what you're seeing, and you're telling people, I'm seeing something. I keep seeing angel numbers, and I keep seeing this, and I keep feeling this, and I keep feeling that. And there's a pull. There's this undeniable pull that I'm being guided and shown and directed. I can't explain it. They're envious of that because it's not happening to them. And if it's not happening to them, well, it ain't happening. And that's horse crap. Moses, the Most High didn't invite Moses' family up to see the burning bush. He said, I want you. This is between me and you. Never mind everybody else, because those other people will talk you out of it. So those of you who are seeing things and feeling things and you can't explain it, go with that. Because we're different. We are being shown a different thing. If you're somebody who's questioning whether or not God is, consider spirituality. Let him show you that he is. So you feel better, so that you don't do the unthinkable. Because we've all been there. Everybody's been there to that point where you just say, this is ridiculous. I don't want to do this ish anymore. I don't want to do it. I'm over it. I'm ready to go home. I don't think there's anything. I feel so alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. This is that opportunity. Just pray. Say, show me. I need you to show me that you're there. I need it because I'm very close to doing something that I shouldn't do. Show me. And then let them show you that they're there. And once they do, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. And once you can't unsee what you've seen, you can't unring a bell, right? Once you've seen it, there's no going back. There's no going back. Once they show you, there's no going back. And that's amazing. It's wonderful. Why would you want to go back, right? Once you see it, you're going to be like, why would I go back to that? It's crazy, My darlings, those of you who are spiritual, keep going on your path. Keep believing. Know that you're not crazy. You're not crazy. What you're seeing is real. What you're feeling is real. Okay? And however they want to show you, this is just how it goes for me, because this is how they came to me. This is how I connect with the other side. Okay, they may show you something slightly different. They may not. You might say, like, if you're one of those people who watches tarot card readings online, and you say, well, there's thousands of people out there. How do I know that's my reading? Get yourself a deck of cards. Start yourself. And then have that personal one-on-one interaction with them, so you know what you're seeing is what you're seeing is right, is accurate, is correct. Trust in the other energies that they're giving you. The signs, the synchronicities, the nudges. When you feel something so strong to go in a certain direction, trust that. That's them pulling you. They're pulling you and they're guiding you. And you have no other, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like you can't not do it. You're just going to do it. You have no alternative. That's the word I'm looking for. You have no other alternative. You'll just go and you'll just do. Okay? Oh my God, the time is going, you guys. I'm sorry. Let me see. I'm trying to see it. Oh, 44 minutes. I gotta go, you guys. I think I made my point. But trust, they are real. I just showed you they're real. Okay? Trust what you're seeing. Trust what you're feeling. It's real. It's very, very real. Okay? Don't doubt it. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. Don't let anybody talk you down. It's real. Okay? All right. Go ahead and go, you guys. I love you. I hope you liked the message. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe. Force a habit, sorry. But yeah, you guys, it's exciting. It's exciting. They're there. They're there. Just like they'll show me. They'll show you just like they were showing me. It's time to let them know. Let them know. I see you. I've always seen you. You know, I've only been feeding you, you know, in the same way you were trying to play with me. I was like, okay, let's play. Let's play. Here, they're going to want you to give them some information. Here, let me feed you just enough to keep things interesting. But trust and believe. I don't trust your ass any further than I could throw you. You know, I don't trust the words that are coming out of your mouth. My guides, my angels said, you know, all that time you was waiting and you thought it was going to be the other one and you was so prepared. And I think they said, well, that's because we know you're going to say, we know you're going to say no to that one. We already know. But will she understand that one is the one that you really needed to be careful of? Because that one you have a little harder time saying no to, you know. But I think I passed the spiritual test, and I'm very excited about that. So, and that's how it would work. I told you guys, this is a school. Earth is a school. It's where we come to learn lessons. It's where we come to grow our souls, you know. And the more in tune you are with the universe, and the easier it will be to pass those spiritual tests. Okay? I love it. All right, I'm going to go. I will see you guys next time on the next video. Y'all have a terrific rest of your day. All right? You take care. Bye.